Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the longest makeup tutorial that I've ever done on my channel. Today's video is a combo of an Ulta Beauty Haul, lots of new makeup. I'm going to be testing so many different products in today's video, but then I'm also going to be giving you a tutorial on how I create this really pretty eyeshadow look. I know I do a lot of pinks and purples on here. I did a poll on my Instagram and I had a lot of different types of requests, but I just kind of went with the flow because I'm using a new palette. It's new to me, it's not new in overall, but you'll see what it is. You probably already know. But yeah, so thank you for joining this video today. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you do end up liking it. Again, I'm so sorry for how long it is, but we do test out a lot of new products. I give a lot of opinions about things. Some things don't really work out that well, but most of all, it kind of really does. And so I really love the look that we ended up getting today. It's really radiant and dewy. I'm testing out the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Foundation. That's one of the products you're gonna see in a second. So you'll see how I feel about that, all the thoughts and stuff. But yeah, thank you for joining my family. Make sure to subscribe. We have so many things going on here all the time. And I thank you once again, and we're gonna go ahead and get rolling with Hey guys, so today's video is gonna be really fun, like I've kind of said. But before we really begin with the tutorial, I'm gonna show you a little haul that I got from Ulta this morning. And I have one thing in here from Sephora, so I'm going to show you that real quick. I got this the other day. I haven't shown it on my channel because I haven't filmed since I got it. But it is the Fenty Beauty Lavender Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. That was a lot of words. So like I said, it's in lavender, and I've seen this on a lot of different beauty gurus channels, and I was like, I want to try it because I have like I said, I obviously have fair skin, and they said this is really good for fair skin people if you really want to brighten your under eye. I think it was Jaclyn Hill or somebody that said they didn't like the smell of it. I personally love the smell. I would buy it if it were in a candle. It smells just like expensive. It smells like, I don't even know how to describe it at all. It's not florally, it's not, I don't know, savory, that's not even a thing, but like it just smells so good. It smells so like fresh and like expensive is what it smells like. Oh, I can smell it now. But yeah, I got that the other day, and I've used it a couple times this week for work, and I really do like it. But I'm gonna kind of show y'all today how it applies and stuff. The next thing I got that I'm really excited to be testing today, I got it this morning in Ulta. Well, not even this morning, like an hour ago. I got the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I really liked the packaging. I heard a lot of hype behind it. So it's long wearing, no flashback, suitable for sensitive skin. And then it has a whole bunch of other things like the vegan, gluten-free, alcohol-free, clinically tested, dermatologist tested, and it's apparently a medium coverage foundation. Yeah, medium coverage foundation with a luminous natural finish. So I figured this would be good for me for work because I get ready every single day, and I don't really want full coverage every single day, but I don't want to wear like BB cream. So I feel like this might be something good in the middle, and this is in the shade 200W, so it's kind of like got a warm hint to it, which normally I choose neutral, but I looked, I think at like 200, 210, 215, I can't remember. I got the one in the in the middle. There was like a cool tone next to it and then a neutral, and I got the warm because it looked best with my skin. I did some swatches and then did some swatches on my chest to kind of just see. I got a feeling today is going to be a kind of a long video because we're already like 3 minutes in or longer. But the next thing, I haven't bought blush in like really a very long time. And as you've probably seen on my channel, I use like the same 3 blushes all the time. And I've also been wanting to buy some things from MAC Cosmetics because MAC kind of like really started the beauty community, you know? That was the stuff back in the day. I remember going into like Dillard's in the mall and stuff and seeing the MAC counter, and it was honestly like my dream to work there. Like even in college, I wanted to get a job at MAC in Auburn, even though at the MAC counter, even though it was like really small and stuff. Which is why I didn't end up doing it because I had a job. You're probably gonna see me drink a lot of water in this video. I'm very thirsty today. But the blush I got today was a sheer tone shimmer blush in the shade Peachy Keen. So it's like a peachy shimmery blush that I kind of just described. And I got it, I've seen a lot of makeup people use this. It's like a classic shade. It just has like a peachy tone to it. I have a couple peachy blushes, but this one's got more shimmer to it, and I thought it'd be really pretty and really fun to try out, so we're gonna see how that works. The next thing, I was gonna get the blush from this brand too, but then I decided to go with the MAC. But I got bronzer from Kylie Cosmetics. I got it in Tequila Tan. I watched her and Chloe's a video tutorial the other day on YouTube that they just posted, and I believe this is the shade they used. If not, I just tried to kind of go with something that was similar to me. I love how it's like light pink. I have the French Vanilla highlighter, but I wanted to try this one, and so doesn't really have a smell. It's a kind of light, which I feel like I kind of need because I feel like all the bronzers I have are probably a little bit too dark for me anyway because I'm very light right now. But next up, I went to the MAC section at Ulta. Not all Ultas have MAC, and this one I went to was a really nice Ulta here. I got a lip pencil because I've been talking on here about how I wanted a new lip liner, and I watched like a lot of Desi Perkins, a lot of Shayla, a lot of like random people like that, but they don't have my same skin tone, and they normally use, I think they talk about Cork a lot and Spice, and I swatched those and they were just so dark, and so I ended up going with the shade Whirl. It's kind of still a nude, but it's like a light pinky neutral nude. You're gonna see a lot of swatches on here, but it's this one, so it's got kind of like a cool undertone to it, kind of got some browns in it, but I felt like it would be the best for me. Next up, one of the main reasons I even went into Ulta today was because I'm almost out of my Born This Way concealer and I wanted to try something different. So I got some Kylie concealer in the shade Bone. I think this is like one of their lighter shades. And yeah, it looked like it would be good for me. I swatched it. I was not planning on getting this today, but it was 50% off, I believe today only, I'm not sure. I got the eyeshadow palette from her birthday collection last year. I remember last summer I wanted this palette so badly, but it was like 60 something dollars, and it was half off today, so I got it for like 32, and you get like what, 21 shades in it. Oh, that's funny because it's her 21st birthday. And actually today when I'm filming this, her 22nd birthday collection comes out. But I just happened to see this, and it's called the Sipping Pretty palette, and I thought it was just so pretty. And so it's got so many colors that I know I'll use. You have like the neutrals in there, you have the fun colors, and then y'all seen I like to work with a lot of pinks and stuff, so we're gonna be trying this bad boy out today. This video is gonna be so long, so I'm really sorry about that. I got the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Brown, and this is the best eyebrow pencil I've ever used. Normally in the past I've used CoverGirl, NYX, and then Benefit. I really did like the Benefit Desi Perkins collab, but this, I don't know what it is. It just draws on so precisely. It's like nicely pointed, and then I also got this gel that comes with it, the setting gel. What do you call it? In medium brow, the dip brow gel. So I've been loving this combo for my eyebrows lately because I like to go a little bit darker. You know, I'm a redhead, but I have like a darker tones in my red hair, so I'm gonna probably do my brows, and we're probably gonna start with the eyes today. I did a poll on my Instagram stories to ask you what you wanted to see, and a lot of people said natural, a lot of people said back to school, and then a lot of people said very colorful. So we're gonna just be using this palette from the Kylie collection, the birthday palette, and we're gonna just kind of see where it goes. I have kind of like a vision in my head, but not really totally sure where we're gonna go. Okay, so I obviously did my eyebrows with the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and then I went ahead and primed my eyelids with the Born This Way concealer and just a little bit of setting powder. What we're gonna start off by doing is going into this shade right here. It is called Check ID. It is like a mauve type of color, like a pink matte, and I'm gonna take that with a fluffier brush. I was swatching all of these in Ulta, like almost every single one of them that caught my eye. So I'm just putting that all into the crease and like smoking it out since I am using a fluffier brush. Such a pretty color. Okay, so I obviously smoked out that shade Check ID all through the lid, and now I think I'm gonna work, I keep telling myself stop working with pinks so much, but they just keep calling my name, and I know this is a shimmery shade. Normally I would choose a matte for the situation I'm about to cause, but I'm gonna try this shade right here. It's so pretty, Poor Decisions. It is like a purpley brown, but it has like flecks of green in it, and I think it's just so pretty. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that, and we're gonna apply that in the crease, just as I would typically use a matte for this situation right here. But I thought it would go really, really pretty, and I think I'm gonna try and incorporate the purple a little bit. So we're just gonna kind of tap and blend all of this in the outer corner into the outer crease area and slowly just blend it in with minimal product. That way it transitions a little bit easier into the pink color that we have in the crease. And then we're gonna kind of arch over the top just a little bit because we're gonna be filling all this middle in. I'm thinking with some purple maybe. I don't really have a lot of purple, so I'm really excited to have this really pretty purple in here. And then I'm also gonna take Pore Decisions just a little bit and put it in the inner corner over here, since we are doing more of a halo look. And I kind of took my finger and wiped it off from everything that was like right here, and then I'm gonna take some more concealer at the end to cover up a little bit more. I'm gonna go back into my Born This Way concealer just because I'm waiting to use the Kylie on my face. This is probably going to be the longest video ever, so I'm really sorry, and I'm probably gonna lose a lot of you by now. But I'm just gonna take this, and I'm gonna take it with a little Morphe M421 brush, and we're gonna carve out the lid. I'm gonna blend this out kind of far because we're gonna cover a lot of this with a bright purple. I wanna see how it's gonna look covering pretty much the whole thing. This is technically kind of a new product. It's the Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray. Influencer sent me this. I used this in one of my last makeup videos, but I've never done a tutorial with it, but I do like to dampen a brush before I go in with a glitter. But I'm gonna go into this beautiful shade, RSVP. It's this beautiful purple right here. It's just a bright purple, like true purple. And so I'm going in with that damp brush, a Morphe M167 brush. And we're gonna use this to cover mostly everything, but one thing I am gonna do is leave the very, very center kind of empty. And then I'm gonna cover mostly everything else though. So I'm just going in with a flat brush. And I like to wet it before I go in because it lets it kind of stick a little bit easier. That's the same thing with like the concealer. I kind of set it for a minute to let it get a little bit more tacky instead of so just wet because you want it to stick as good as possible. AGAP. But I think I'm gonna go into this very first shade right here. It's called B-Day B. So right here it's just a pinky rose goldy light pink glitter. And so I'm going in with a Morphe M431 brush. You can also spritz this as well. I didn't, but I'm just gonna apply that right over that open area. Now we're gonna go into the Oil and Shine Control Photo Finish Primer from Smashbox because this is technically a new primer for me. I've used it a couple times. I've used it once on a video I actually just posted this morning, which will not be the morning this is posted, but I do have very oily skin, which I do kind of talk about a lot. I mean, so far I really do like it. I also do like an not an oily look, obviously, a dewy look, so it does kind of cancel that out a little bit. But next I'm gonna go into the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I have the mini one because it was like $20 and the regular is like, what, 60 or 80 or something? And it's just, that's crazy for like a primer. It makes your skin feel really soft, I will say that. Now we're finally gonna get into the Anastasia foundation. Like I said, it's luminous and it's also medium coverage. And I did get in the shade 200W. So I'm just gonna pump a little bit on the back of my hand. I really have been just using the beauty sponge lately, so I'm just gonna dab into that. And we're gonna kind of work our way out. I'm really curious to see if this makes you, like, I know it's medium coverage, but I don't really have any really medium coverage foundations to prove, compare it to. I do a better job in matching my color than I have in the past. I try to go a little bit lighter than I normally would want to. For some reason, I always want to go darker, which is not a good look for me, girl. And so that's one thing I really am working on, is even though I want to be darker, sometimes you just gotta go with the lighter. Definitely is medium coverage, and the way I can always tell that is if I can see my freckles underneath it, then it's not full coverage. But it's okay because I am gonna cover my freckles with that Kylie concealer. Not that I hate my freckles, it's just like, I don't know, they kind of don't really go with a full glam look when you want to look like you have on a full face of makeup. If you can see freckles underneath, it kind of takes away from that. I do like how it has like almost like a shine to it, if you can tell. Like, y'all know I'm not wearing any kind of like illuminator under me right now, and I haven't put on highlight yet, but you can see, like, especially like on my cheekbone, it does have like a shine, if you can see that, which is really nice because it is like supposed to be like that because it's luminous. Just to set my under eyes, I'm gonna be using the lavender setting powder from Fenty Beauty. It really does smell good. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Honestly, it smells so, so good. Just gonna dip into that sponge I was using. Kind of carve it out a little bit around the nose. This is one of those like impulse purchases. When I was in Sephora, like I went to go get some moisturizer and then I saw this and I was like, I want it. I got it. Now to set the rest of the face, I'm gonna go into my translucent setting powder, the Veil from Hourglass. I love this stuff. It kind of leaves you with a shinier finish. It's not so matte as like my Laura Mercier one is. So we're gonna use this to set everything else because I don't really want it to be so brightened like this lavender makes it look. Like the lavender just really brightens. You'll see in a second. It like has like a cool tone to it, which kind of goes with my eyes today. And now we're gonna go ahead. I left that on for a couple minutes, but I don't like to leave it on too long. I don't like not wanting to come off. It's kind of leaving like a chalky residue mixed with that concealer, which it hasn't been doing so much with the Born This Way, but it's like if you leave it on even like a couple seconds too long, it almost does that. So it did kind of leave some texture right here, which I'm not really crazy about. It is coming off the more I sweep it, but I don't really want to keep sweeping it because I don't want to wipe off any, you know, concealer. But it does leave like a soft finish, but there is like a couple of little texture marks in the areas where I really caked it on. So not crazy about that. Cannot wait to get my hands on this new bronzer and blush. We're gonna go ahead and go into the Tequila Tan bronzer. And with my typical like almost like an angled brush. This is more like my shade of bronzer that I need to be wearing. Like it's not super dark and I'm like obviously fair skinned. And I feel like a lot of my bronzers that I wear are really pretty and do like blend out really nicely, but they're just a little bit dark for me when I'm not, you know, in my prime of having a tan. So we're just gonna kind of contour and bronze my face with it. I need to be doing something with this hair is what I need to be doing today. I'm gonna be using this just clean eyeshadow brush and I'm gonna kind of bronze the sides of my nose just to add a little more shape to it. And since this is a lighter bronzer, I don't have to worry about it getting too, you know, too crazy. So I'm gonna go back into a little bit of that Mineral Veil, or that Veil Hourglass powder. I'm gonna shake that up a little bit. So I've let that kind of sit on there for just like a 25-30 seconds. And I'm gonna go ahead and dust it off because I don't like it to look too sharp. I just like it to look clean, so it makes you look a little bit more sculpted, especially when you're not having, you know, your most flattering days. Like my face is a little bit bloated right now. We're also gonna take some of that bronzer with a bigger brush and go under the cheekbones, or under the jawline, because that's where I really need it right now. Very excited about this, the MAC Peachy Keen blush. And my eyes are like more purpley cool tone today, but I think this will kind of like balance it out really well, and just in my opinion. Oh, that's a powerful blush. And MAC is a place that I really do kind of want to buy more makeup from, just because they are like the GOAT, you know, the original, the OG makeup brand that's not like drugstore. And then I'm also going to go into this Morphe M430 brush just with nothing on it and kind of blend it out a little bit farther out so it doesn't come in so much. I do this a lot, just to kind of let it know where its place is. Hey guys, so I just did a couple things off camera because this video is literally getting oodles of minutes long, and these weren't new products. So I went ahead and put on some Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eyeliner in Perversion on my top waterline. Then I did some mascara, and I used my favorite mascara at the moment, the Monsieur Big by Lancome. It's so good, and it has a great wand. And then I put on these Lily Lashes by Mykonos. They're still kind of drying, and then I also used a makeup wipe to get the rest of that makeup off my lips. I didn't get fully all of it off. I think I have some lash glue like in my eyeball right now, which I do that every time because that's just me. But now we're also going to use, it's a newer product for me, but the Ambient Lighting Hourglass palette. It's such a pretty powder and it really just illuminates your face. And I'm gonna go into the first shade, which is Dim Light. It has like a pinky undertone to it, and so we're just gonna kind of almost like highlight with this, but this isn't gonna be the only highlight that I use. It just kind of gives you this glow that nothing else can give you. And I do like that it's like almost like an all over highlight. I put it a little bit everywhere, honestly, and a little bit down the bridge of the nose just to kind of illuminate. I'm also going to spray this Morphe M510 brush that I just used to apply that. Spray it with some of that setting spray just to get it a little damp. And then I'm going to go into one of my favorite highlights ever. It's Highlight 01, the Matte Radiance Baked Powder from Laura Mercier. This stuff is just delightful, and I like to wet it because it makes it go on a little bit more prominent. And so mixed with the Hourglass lighting that we already have, it just kind of takes it up a little notch. Ooh, doesn't go on, you know, super glittery, which I like it's kind of like a subtle but bam highlight. And then we are going to pop back over to the Sipping Pretty palette, and I'm going to go into this second shade right here, which is beautiful. It's called Martini Mama, and so I just think it's so pretty. It has like a pink undertone to it. I swatched this in the store, and that's kind of what sold me on this palette. I almost put that in the center of the eye, but I kind of like how I saved it for over here. A little bit up there. Didn't really leave a lot of brow bone left. I'm gonna go into the deep color. What is it? Poor Decisions. We're gonna go back into, or not back into, we're gonna go into the MAC Whirl lip pencil and line our lips. Okay, we're almost done. Now that I've lined my lips, I really think I did a good job picking a good nude for my undertone and for my lip tone. I'm gonna go into Isla by Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. Yeah, I've addressed this before. Addressed it like I really have a, like anybody cares. But there were some faults in some of the lipsticks that I got. I got the full 20 lipsticks, but they did give me my money back and it wasn't unusable, and I do believe that they are okay to use, so that's why I'm gonna go into Isla. It's more of a pinky color, and I feel like it'll kind of be like a pinky nude that goes well with this look that we have today. And then I'm gonna go back into Whirl and just kind of touch up to make sure it blends properly. Good call, Claire. But now I'm gonna go ahead and put on my my Smashbox setting spray. Also gonna put on a little bit of this Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Okay guys, so I took my hair down. I feel like I look like a child right now with how I have this in my hair, but that's okay. I just want to give you like my final thoughts about everything. So love the foundation, how it kind of turned out. I love how I actually picked the right color this time, but I do think it's more on the full coverage side than light coverage. It's right there in the middle with medium, but it does lean more towards full because otherwise I would be able to see all of my freckles everywhere. But I do really like that. Love the Kylie concealer, smelled really good, blended out really nicely, and also went well with that foundation. Didn't really love how the Fenty Beauty Lavender setting powder mixed with that concealer. I still can see a little bit of patchiness. You can't probably really tell because I tried to really just blend it all the way off as soft as I could. Love the birthday palette from last year. Today's actually Kylie's birthday. Happy birthday. It's her 23rd or 22nd. This is from her 21st, which I've wanted this for a long time. I'm glad I got it. I'm probably gonna do like a rose goldy neutral look with it next time. Y'all know I love my Anastasia Brow Wiz. And what else did I get? Loved the Kylie Tequila Tan bronzer. Love the blush from MAC. I've been wanting to shop at MAC for so long, and I'm so glad I finally did. So this is probably the beginning of a beautiful friendship between MAC and I. I love the lip liner that I chose. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, I'm trying to decide how I look less childish. It's just kind of like poking out. Let me just take all that down. Look like a lion. But thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry it literally was the length of a full feature film. Like it could be played in the movie theater because it's so long. But I really do appreciate it if you did make it this far. You probably didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. But I'll see y'all in the next video. And stay blessed wherever you are. And thank you once again for watching and joining my YouTube fam. Bye. Mwah.